Well, today starts a very important transfer window as I try and further put my mark on this team, as we have older players either retiring or leaving altogether. We have leaders leaving the club, and we have a new wave of players coming in to try and stake their claim in the first team squad. Oh yeah, and we have a playoff first round game against Chesterfield. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 12 of One Team, One Dream, Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode we have that first round of the playoffs in the Vanarama National League against Chesterfield, hopefully followed by a second playoff game in the semi-finals, but first we have to beat Chesterfield to get to that point. Since you're last with me, there's not really been any change. I've only gone on a couple of days. I've actually come back a little bit early. It's not even game day yet. We're not game day until the 6th. But one thing I did notice, we actually have the transfer window opening between now and then. And as you can see, we have a number of players coming and going, players who you'll meet as and when they come in. But also we have a little bit of news. To kick things off, Matt Reed has announced his decision to retire. Now, he is 37 years old, not surprising he's going to retire. He hasn't really played. He came in on a free from Billericay at the start of the save before I joined. Played 5 games in the first season, has played 1 game all season this season, and hasn't really done much else. So it's not surprising that he has made that decision to retire. However, there's also been another retirement, and what I'd probably describe as a more significant retirement. We have the retirement of team leader Tom Champion, who at 35 years old has made the decision that he is also going to retire. He's been at the club 4 years. He has been ever present throughout that time. With me taking over the club, obviously he's been a little bit on and off, but he's still played 26 games this season, but never really put in the shift that I was really hoping he was going to be. I hope he's going to do. He was really only here as a leader. That does take away one of the decisions I have had to have made, which was whether to keep him on as a leader or whether to let him go. I'm not going to bother trying to reconsider to let him retire. I'm going to let him retire with dignity on his own terms and go out, which only leaves the decision around Ricketts, which I think, based on the fact Champion is now retired, we'll see what happens to Ricketts. Maybe Ricketts will retire as well, and that decision will obviously be made for me. But we'll have to make that decision as and when it comes to contract negotiations in a couple of weeks' time. We also have a couple of other positives going into the playoffs. Shimanga, one of our top strikers, has won yet again. I'm not sure how many times he's won it. Actually, let's go and have a look and see. I wonder if it says it. Let's look at Milestones. Milestones Awards. So he has been National Team of the Week. He won it Player of the Month for April and May. So he's won it twice so far. And he's been shortlisted for the National League Player of the Season, along with Colhurst. One other exciting piece of news in terms of Shimanga. He has agreed on a contract. Now, we haven't had it confirmed yet that he has signed it, but he has agreed on a contract in principle. It does have a few fee release clauses in there, which I'm not massively happy about, but he wouldn't sign a contract without it. I did consider whether we did need him or not, but with Fagan, no matter how good Fagan is, with Fagan being 17, I think that keeping this guy on for another year or two is definitely going to be of benefit. To be fair, he also is wanted by AFC Wimbledon. I'm going to guess that Colhurst is probably going to be wanted by other teams as well. Depending on how well we do in the playoffs, it depends on whether we can even keep those guys. But at least if they're under contract, we'll make some good money from them. So let's congratulate Shimanga on his award. I came third in the Manager of the Month for May as well. Disappointingly, being beaten by rival Sutton, Lee Bradbury, the manager there, who won 80% of his games. I'm not 100% sure how this works. Both Hartlepool and ourselves made it into the playoffs, but Sutton didn't. I'm not 100% sure how that works out in terms of who gets first, second, and third. I'm going to claim the fact it was a joint first, and we all won that award, although it will never be marked down in my bio. So with that out of the way, let's get on to the 4th of June, which will be the start of the transfer window. We'll get to meet some of the players before moving on to the Chesterfield match. Not 24 hours later, the other decision has been taken out of my hands. Mark Ricketts has also made the decision to retire at the end of June when his contract runs out. At 36 years old, Mark Ricketts has been another leader at the club along with Champion. He's been here for 5 years now. Unlike Champion, he has stayed pretty consistent, dropping off a little bit in the last kind of 2 seasons, but has been pretty consistent. However, yet again, another player who hasn't played very well this season. But that is both leaders retiring, which does mean hopefully that the fans won't be too angry, the fact that they're at me for this, because it wasn't my decision for them to retire. I didn't just let them leave. So that is definitely a positive from a selfish perspective. So I did say this was going to be a news-packed episode. So Kabonga Shamanga has finally signed a new deal. He has signed a 2-year contract. I am very much aware he is on £1,600 a week, and that is something I said I wanted to try and bring down. I am very much aware of the fact that he has got more add-ons than probably any other player that signed a contract this season, including a £4,200 30-goal bonus. To be honest, if he scores 30 goals, he can have the bonus. Absolutely no problem with that at all. He's got $100,000 though, in terms of minimum release clause for higher domestic clubs, but that does expire next summer, so he's only got 12 months on that. £76,000 non-release clause. That is probably likely to be more of an issue, especially if we don't make it through the playoffs and get promoted to the Football League. And then he's got a couple of other fees on there as well. But fantastic to get this guy signed up, because he has had a brilliant season. 35 appearances, 29 goals, 7 assists, 6 Player of the Match awards, 7.33. Any other season, this guy would have been one of the best players and the best performing players at the club. However, he is competing with the goal machine that is Colhurst. So the National League transfer window has opened, and we have our first 4 deals finalised across the line and brought into the club. We have B- across the board, which is always positive. Our first player is Zidane Akbal, who is an English 18-year-old central midfielder, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. We're going to have a very similar theme to that we did to last summer as well, because he comes in as an ex-Premier League youngster from Manchester United. However, he unlike some of the players we're bringing in last season, he comes in with a full 3 stars already, so he is going to be coming in as one of our good options for central midfield. With having lost Rickett, and we're likely to lose a couple of others in terms of the older or more fringe players at the club, a lot of them are sitting central midfield, he comes in to provide a good option in there. Next, along similar lines, we have Romain Mundle. Romain Mundle, again, is an 18-year-old English central midfielder. Slightly different, though. He can play as a playmaker, but this guy predominantly wants to play as a Mazzala. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Comes in from Tottenham. If I'm honest, actually looking at it, he is almost a duplicate of Iqbal. Next, we have Daniel Ogoki. I really should vet these players' names before I start bringing them in. I've had this issue on multiple saves that I've done on FM. But Daniel Oyoki, we're gonna have to come up with a nickname for this guy. But he is an English 18-year-old right back, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. This was the guy that I had in mind when I said whether we actually keep Kane Smith at the club. He comes in on a free from Arsenal. He moved from Barnet to Arsenal and then left the club, has now come to us. He's come in as one of the best right backs we actually have at the club, with Kane Smith and Ben Winter there as well. One thing I did notice though is Kane Smith is in fact on the icon list, and with Ricketts and Champion leaving as well as in terms of leadership, I'm not sure if I can quite bring to move him on. I think the fans will probably lynch me for that. So Daniel comes in as an option at right back along with the other 2. And then the final of the first wave, Max Robinson is an 18-year-old attacking midfielder, but he can also play on the left wing as an inverted winger. He is 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He comes in from Tottenham. This guy is very exciting as an option. It does give us a opportunity to maybe play some different formations, as he is a good attacking midfielder, but is stronger, if anything, out wide, even if he's not necessarily as comfortable out there at the moment. And with, I believe it's Corey Whiteley, who is going to be going back. Looney is going to be going back in the summer. We won't be bringing him back in. We've got more than enough options, both left and right, to not need him next season. So Robertson comes in to replace him. So I'm going to do all the training bits and pieces with these guys, get all their assignments set up, and hopefully they will settle in quite quickly once they've been introduced to the rest of the players. The only outs we've got so far is Murtag has agreed a contract and has gone to Welling on a free transfer. I don't think he even played a single game this season, so it wasn't one that I had to reconsider. But the fans understand the fact that he was a fringe player and barely featuring, so they're happy for him to go. It also does yet again continue my plan, which is going to be reducing the average age in this squad down dramatically. Well, unless there's any other news, on to the Chesterfield game. Here we are on match day against Chesterfield. Now, I've already seen the result of the previous match. So Aldershot beat Wrexham in their match. So they go through to the semi-final to face either Bromley or Hartlepool. If we now beat Chesterfield, we'll face the other team. However, we've already come across a few problems and we've not even got into the match yet. What is going on now? Why is he leaving? I mean, I'm sorry for anyone wearing headphones. I realised I shouted into the microphone there. Why is he going anywhere? What I was about to say was we were having a few problems with selection issues. Because if we scroll down here, we've already got Shamanga has disappeared off on international duty for World Cup qualifiers. Fagan is still out injured for another 8 days to 2 weeks. So he's not going to be able to he may not even see the playoffs if we don't manage to get past Chesterfield. Even then he might not necessarily come back depending on how far we go. So we've had to bring McKinnon in as our only striker we actually have left. With Kuyar now travelling as well, presumably it's the same thing. He's going away to the World Cup. And there is presumably no way of me being able to change that. He's going away for Asian Cup qualifiers. This is stupid. Why are teams going away on international? And why were we not told about it? Why can I not have the option of removing them from the squad when we've got important playoff games to play? Right. So he's out. I think we're going to put Thomas on that side. We're going to have to bring in Bagridge. I can't bring myself to play. I mean, Robinson would be on a debut. He's also not very comfortable playing back there either. So I think I'll leave him on the bench for the time being. That is an utter mess. And we've also lost Whiteley as well. Whiteley's loan finished, so he went back. That's less of an issue. Although it seems an issue now, the fact that we've lost one of our wingers to international duty. So with that disruption to the squad, this is the team that we're facing Chesterfield today, hopefully to try and somehow get a win. I'm not sure how we're going to do it based on the amount of players we've currently lost. But Huddard in goal, a back four of Angol, Tricker, Fifield and Smith. Thomas, Adebayi, McDonnell and Bagridge make up the midfield with Colehurst and McKinnon. Now this was the partnership at the start of the season. This is the only thing I'm holding on to now is I know these two can play together. That says it all. Squad numbers have to be given to 3 players in this squad. Who are the 3 players? Oh, it's the 3. So we've got 3 debuts on the bench. Iqbal, Mundell and Robinson. The transfer window, I'm almost certain the transfer window shouldn't normally start before the playoffs, but I presume this is the way that the dates are working, obviously with the delay of the start of the 2020-2021 season. Finally, after all of that, here we actually have the Boreham Wood Chesterfield game in what is apparently going to be a record attendance at Meadow Park. At Boreham Wood at Meadow Park. You think I'd know that after being here for the whole season. I mean, to be fair, the record attendance isn't going to be that difficult. I have noticed we have had fairly poor attendances this season. They've not been great. Obviously, we'll see that in the season review. We'll see what the attendances have been like, but they've not been great so far this season. Chesterfield have a free kick. Wimbledon centred by Evans. Evans trying to loop it over Huddard. Luckily, Huddard manages to jump to it to collect the ball. Now we have the route one going forward. Just realise this is down as well. We'll get rid of that out of the way. Bagridge unfortunately can't keep the ball, so Chesterfield now have the ball back in defence with Butterfield to Perry to Mandeville. We want somebody to try and put a tackle in here. We don't want to allow them to be able to build this play. And Rowley is now coming forward, takes a shot from range. Huddard didn't even move. Luckily, it went wide of his post. Right, Chesterfield have another free kick with Perry whipped into the centre. This time, everyone misses it. Huddard I don't know what Huddard was doing. Defender, I'm not sure who it was as well, but somebody missed the ball there as well, allowing Chesterfield to go 1-0 up. Perry whips it in. So we have Huddard comes out. Smith, what a surprise, it's Kane Smith. I swear to you that man is determined to try and make me push him out of the club. He is trying my patience, he really is. But that is 2 errors now. And why does this also keep changing back? Boreham Wood stats, there we go. I swear that column keeps changing back to match stats, even though we've got it in that column there. But yeah, Huddard came out, just completely missed the flight of the ball. So that is 2 errors there by both Smith and by Huddard. The last thing we want to see in a game where we've had so much momentum coming into this, we played really well in the last 2 months of the season. We don't want a stupid defensive error to throw this game away. But we have been dominated in that first half and done absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm going to point the finger. Show me something else in the second half. Because if we have a second half like that, like we had the first half, we are going to be out before we've even started, really. But that ball forward was awful there. So Chesterfield looking to bring the ball forward again, looking for their second. Rowley, Bagridge, brilliant tackle by Bagridge. McDonald with the ball now. Can he make something with it? Out wide to Thomas. Goes past his man. He's got Colhurst ahead of him, but Colhurst runs into the penalty area. Can Thomas get across in? He can't, unfortunately. He is tackled by Chesterfield's goal scorer. Tricker, what are you doing? Luckily, Huddard comes out and makes a save. That would have been sickening if it had been 2 errors that throw this playoff away. Bagridge, again, tries to get the ball. Unfortunately, can't clear it. Chesterfield look to bring the ball forward again. Perry on the edge of the penalty area. Now Butterfield with the ball. We are not doing anything in this game at all. However, Colhurst has got the ball from the wayward pass. Colhurst has been put through by McKinnon. Colhurst, who can he put us 1-0? He can in off the post for his 45th goal. I mean, those words are insane. 45th goal of the season for Colhurst. Puts it 1-1 on 49 minutes. The wayward pass from Chesterfield. This time it's their time for a mistake. McKinnon puts it through for Coles. Coles had so much to do. Ran through their defence. Knocks it in off the post. To make it 1-1 and give us a lifeline in this game. It is changing back. Right, what if we change this round? So let's go to Boreham stats there. And we'll leave the match stats in the centre. We'll see if that makes any difference. Right, let's make some substitutions. We've got a couple of tired legs. So Angol's injured but feels he can carry on. Again, with the poor stats. Where do I even start with this? I think we're taking a risk. But Iqbal is going to come on for his debut in a playoff match. Tricker has also had a poor game as well, but that was because of his error. Luckily, his error didn't come to anything. But I'm almost thinking, we've only got Shihab on the bench. Maybe we leave him for the time being. And Kane is a lucky boy because I don't have anybody on the bench to bring on for him either. Which is a stupid mistake on my part. So actually, I'm saying all that. I'm going to put McDonald onto there. I think we'll take Adebayo, bring on Iqbal. So McDonald goes into the box-to-box position as well, which hopefully he's more comfortable with. Let's go with that. Hopefully better push forward for another goal. Right, 10 minutes to go. Angol is now struggling, so we'll take him off, bring on Blackshaw. I may regret this, but we're going to have a brand new central midfield. Let's see what he wants to play as. Let's just play him as a central midfielder. Let's keep it simple. And like I did with the previous one, I'm going to change my mind yet again. I'm going to leave McDonald on. Do you know what? Let's bring on Robinson. He can't play. His positioning is poor for playing back there, but he can play as the attacking. Actually, he's an inverted winger, so we might have to leave him as the inverted winger on that one. Even though it says he's not very good in that position, he has got the ability to play in that position, and I think attributes are going to come through on that one. So I'm going to take yet another risk. We've still got 2 debuts in the squad. Hopefully, these guys are going to make their mark early on in their careers at Boreham Wood. And we have a highlight here on 86 minutes. This is either going to be fantastic or sickening. Chesterfield almost through there, but we managed to win the ball back. Iqbal goes all the way back to Huddard. Huddard with a big ball forward, looking for McKinnon. Can't find him, unfortunately, but the clearance managed to find Bagridge. Can Bagridge go past his man? Iqbal to McKinnon. To Bagridge, who puts it forward, trying looking for Colhurst. That was a poor pass. And Chesterfield managed to win the ball back with Maguire. Maguire, the big ball forward. Brilliant tackle there. I'm not sure who that was. That was Smith there, redeeming himself a little bit. Colhurst trying to find McKinnon. Unfortunately, there, Chesterfield defending really, really well. Tricker manages to clear it to Bagridge. Another big ball forward. Colhurst is through this time. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He smashes it into the top corner. And with 3 minutes left to play, we have gone 2-1 up. Meadow Park is going to be absolutely rocking. The fans are going to be going crazy here. What a ball by Baggeridge. Saw the run of Colehurst. Colehurst managed to run through the defence, smashes it into the top corner for his 46th goal of the season and probably the most important goal he is going to score this season. We have a final highlight in injury time. Smith with the throw-in. Goes into the centre. The ball is clear, but only as far as Iqbal. Iqbal goes out to Robinson. Debut to debut. Robinson in back into Iqbal. To Robinson to Iqbal. What some nice passing there. Unfortunately, that was an awful pass to Chesterfield. Don't do this now. No, not after we've had such a... No, he's given away a penalty. He's given away a... Come on, Huddard. Come on, Huddard. Come on. Come on, you have to save this. Otherwise, we end up going to injury time. After all that, I was so excited. I thought that was it then. And was that Fife? I didn't see who even gave away the penalty. I don't think it matters. I mean, let's demand more. I don't know what more we can demand, but I think that has killed the morale. Right, we have extra time, and Chesterfield have all the momentum because that has sucked every bit of momentum out of us. I presume we can make a fourth substitution. I've just realised I can't actually go back to make that. Right, if we go out to home, can I go back into the match and make that team talk? I can't make the team talk. Right, so I've screwed the team talk. Brilliant, okay. If anybody can let me know down in the comments, surely there's a way to go back to the team talk, or by going to the tactics screen, have I cancelled the team talk there? Right, Kane Smith is on a 6.1, but I have nobody to bring on for him. I mean, Ben Tricker is anxious. I'm going to bring on Shihab. Actually, no, I can't take Tricker. I'm not going to take Tricker off. I'm going to bring off McDonnell. I'm going to bring on Mundell. We're going to have yet another debut in the squad. I'm going to put him on at Mazzala, push him forward. I'm not even sure if a Mazzala works in that position. We might actually do. If we swap those over, let's put Iqbal as the deep line playmaker. We'll do as a Mazzala, because if he's running into this position here, at least then he's not running into Robson, who's coming in on this off this left hand side. We are relying solely upon new guys here, and I have also screwed the team talk, which is a massive problem. I mean, maybe saying nothing is better than saying something wrong, but I'm going to encourage the players. Let's do this. I did not want this to go to extra time. This episode has been long enough as it is. I don't think we'll be having the next match, even if we get through this, but Chesterfield have a free kick. Round the wall. Huddard makes a fantastic save, puts it over the top, puts it out for safety. But Chesterfield now have a corner. Baggeridge has also picked up a knock. Another brilliant save by Huddard. Huddard has been the hero so far in this extra time. Two fantastic saves. Another corner for Chesterfield. Whipped in the centre. Fifield manages to clear this one. McKinnon has the ball. Can we counter-attack? Can we use them? We cannot. McKinnon unfortunately loses the ball there. I've also noticed Baggeridge has picked up a knock. We'll have to ignore that because we can't take him off. I don't think we can make a fifth substitution unless we can make it at half-time. Right. I'm going to... Let's demand more. I don't think I've got any right to demand more from these players. They've given everything. Well, I say they've given everything. They have been poor. We are good either end of the field. Everyone else in between has not had a good match. I think this is going to penalties. Oh my god, this is the first penalty shootout for me in FM21. I did not enjoy them on FM20, so I'm unlikely to enjoy them anymore in FM21. And we are not washed with good penalty takers, are we? Right, I think it's going to be... Do I have to go through this individually, or is it going to allow me just to pick it like that? I think we start off with McKinnon, Colehurst. There must be an auto-pick version of this, or maybe if I just go through, maybe it will auto-pick them anyway. I mean, we've got confidence ahead of penalty shootout. That's a promising thing. Fifield. I mean, do I trust Smith? That's the problem. I mean, Baggeridge. I mean, it's a lot of pressure on a youngster for the fifth penalty. And the rest, I presume, will pick themselves. So we'll go through. Right. Oh, what do I say? What do you say? I didn't realise there's a penalty team talk. This is new. Hands on hips. Relax. Pick your spot. Don't change your mind. Is that good? I don't know. We have the first penalty here for Chesterfield. Jarvis steps up against Huddard. He's made several saves in the extra time, and he makes another save. Huddard saves Chesterfield's first penalty. McKinnon steps forward. He was ever present at the beginning. Can he score again? McKinnon misses. At the very least, hit the target. I said pick a spot. I meant a spot in front of the goal net. Rawson steps up. Huddard goes the right way. Unfortunately, can't make the save, and his save was cancelled out by McKinnon's miss. Colehurst has scored so many goals this season, and he scores another. That's probably 47 or whatever it would be. 48 goals this season he scored now. I know that one won't necessarily count to his tally. But Dennis steps up straight away, smashes it into the bottom corner, putting Chesterfield 2-1 up. Huddard is sent the complete wrong way. Didn't even give Huddard a chance to do anything with it. Fifield now steps up. Puts it in quite calmly. Keeper didn't do very well there, luckily, and managed to bring it to 2-2 with 3 penalties each taken. This was the original goal scorer for Chesterfield, and he scores again, putting them 3-2 up. Smith now steps up. Smith, this is your chance to redeem yourself. If you score, you stay. Smith is going on the transfer list. I'm saying it right now. He is going on the transfer list if we lose. I'm going to add that because I don't want to make that decision right now, because I'm not going to make that as an emotional decision. But Smith is... I am so done with Smith. If Evans scores, Smith is so done at this club. I don't care that he's an icon. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. I said to myself I should not have trusted him. Well, I mean, we made it to the playoffs, but it was defensive errors, both in penalty and in match, that have cost us there. I mean, it didn't help the fact that we had several players away on international duty, which I still think is stupid. Why are we not allowed to bring players back when there's playoffs? Surely in real life you would be allowed to be able to do that and bring them back, because your players would not be taken away from playoffs that important a game. Do you know what? I'm pointing the finger. I'm not happy. I'm not saying, I know it's a lottery, we shouldn't have got that far. These are poor scores almost across the board. But this man here, I'm honestly considering his time at the club, because he has been a thorn in my side and a burden all season. I'm not mad, you're mad. Right. Right, so the next match is going to be, I think what I'll do is, I'm not going to do it on this episode. We will do a season review and a look forward, plans for the transfer window on the next episode. That will be a little mini episode, and then the following episode after that will probably be the first game of the new season, still in the National League, as we try and make up for what has been a roller coaster of a season, but has come to a crashing halt. Well, I mean, it was a mammoth episode, but unfortunately it ended in disaster. But if you did enjoy that video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of all FM21 videos from me that are coming out over the Christmas and New Year period. And thank you very much for watching.